So in this video, I'm just showing you a really quick and simple one bead clear acrylic application with gel polish overlay. I don't do a lot of it, but I've had quite a few people ask for my method when I'm just applying a clear base for gel. So I've applied all my tapes to prep all my cuticle work, everything like that. Applied the Glitter Planet pre-pinched tips, cut them into this short stiletto shape, and then come in with my clear application. So I'm using my CJP Big Boy brush and CJP Crystal Glass. My go-to acrylic, my core, I love it, it's the best thing ever. So I apply in a one bead method. So as you saw, I applied quite a large bead at that cuticle. Tilt the client's finger down so gravity naturally takes the acrylic away from the cuticle. It gradually starts to run down the nail. So you don't want it to run too much, you don't want to work too wet that you're chasing it round the nail. CJP is quite a dry system, so like I say, I just showed you the bead there. You want the orange peel consistency. And when you place it on the nail, like I say, you don't want it to be running all over the place. You don't want to have to be chasing it around. If you find that you are, then you're working too wet. And also, if it won't move when you're pulling the bead down with the belly of your brush, then you're working too dry. So it's a really quick and simple way of just getting your clear on, ready for your gel polish application. So I did leave this in real time, it's not sped up at all, so you can see exactly how I work, where I place the bead, where I'm pressing, where I'm patting, and just generally how quick I work. Sometimes I don't always do it in one bead. I say it's the one bead method. It's sort of get it all on in one bead and then check your apex. Obviously the little finger I didn't need to add any more because it's a smaller nail. But the bigger nails, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And the Big Boy brush is perfect for this method. You can pick up tiny beads or you can pick up huge beads that are, enough for the thumbnail even. So apply more if needed, checking your apex. The only reason I will apply more is if my apex is not in the right place and I feel like it just needs a little bit more product. So I've picked up that bead. As you can see, there was still a little bit of powder left on that bead, but if it soaks up within 3 seconds, then it's a good consistency. If it's still on the nail after that, then it's too dry. So as you can see, I'm getting the brush right behind that application, getting it nice and flush at the cuticle, and then just walking it down the nail with the belly of my brush. as you can see, that bead is a really big bead, so get it pushed right back into that cuticle area, right into those corners. Make sure you've got, when you're doing this method, you need to make sure the whole nail is covered. If you don't, obviously you'll have missed areas and you don't want that. So keep taking your brush from side to side, swiping it up the side just to make sure those edges are covered, and then pull it down the nail with the belly of your brush. And then on to filing. So I'm using my 180 grit file. I would normally use 150, but I have run out of those files. I forgot to order some more. So starting off at those side walls, making sure the nail comes out nice and straight, it's not curving over or anything like that. Round those edges, round your cuticle area, and then round up the other side. Just tucking your file right in, refining that shape, making sure it's nice and smooth and neat. You've got no lumps or bumps. All your acrylic's nice and even. Again, as I always say, look down the barrel of the nail to make sure everything's nice and even as it should be. Again, it's the same filing technique on every finger. I've sped this up a little bit so you don't get bored, and I will just let you watch this bit. Once I've removed all the dust off those nails with a firm duster brush to get dust out of all the cuticle and all those side walls, I come in with the gel bottle in the colour Venice. It's a lovely sort of purpley, grey, bluey colour, really gorgeous. I love the gel bottle. It's a really nice consistency of gel polish. It's really nice to work with. It covers really well in 2 coats. As you can see, I've applied the first coat quite thin, really pushing that brush right up to the cuticle. Don't overload your brush because you don't want too much on, especially on this first base layer. If you apply too much, it will just bubble and it'll be too thick and it'll peel off and it'll not look nice and it'll not last your client. So there, as you can see, I'm just coming quite slowly round that cuticle area, really pressing and pulling the brush where I want the gel polish. Again, I've left this in real time so you can see how quick I work with the gel polish. You can see me get right up to those cuticles and right into those corners. And I come in with a gorgeous silver glittery polish. This is from the gel bottle as well. I think it's Diamond 01. Really, really nice. Applying quite a thin base layer to start off with, and then I'll thicken this up and get more depth of glitter on the second coat. Then cure this in my LED lamp for 60 seconds. So on to the second coat. So with this coat, I tend to just try and float it over the top of the first coat rather than really dragging your brush through. You just want that really nice, smooth, even coverage. Again, not too thick, but you can apply this coat slightly thicker than your first coat just to build up that coverage.
I'll watch.
In with the silver glitter again, sort of dabbing this layer on. just to build up that thickness and that coverage that you want. And these glitter polishes are really, really good. Any that I've tried before, you have to do about 10 coats before you get a decent coverage of glitter. These are perfect in just 2 coats. Once I've cured that in my LED lamp for 60 seconds, I'm coming in with my Kiara Sky top coat. Super shiny, super glossy, glassy, I love it. Normally I would use the gel bottle top coat over the gel bottle gel polish, but I've run out of that as well. So I'm coming in with this. Once it's cured for 60 seconds, I then wipe off the tacky layer and apply my cuticle oil. And here's your finished look. Thank you for watching.